Hey y'all. Today we are going to cover the Marketo Measure and Marketo Engage connection. This overall is pretty straightforward, but the goal of the video is again for anyone who is either new to Marketo Measure and is setting up their instance and needs some guidance, or if you have inherited an instance and you're just trying to figure out how is this set up and what the process was. So uh, first things first, when you're inside the instance, you go to connections to check your CRM connection, and you can set that up here. And you simply click this and connect to the Marketo. I think CRM, marketing automation, really at the end of the day, it's a database connection between the two, but that's the idea. Now, for those of you who have not created an API user in Marketo Engage, we do have documentation. I will put this link down below. It's fairly straightforward, right? You can work through this, but you create the API user. Once it's created, you would then, be able to want to connect, and then once you connect, it asks for a few pieces of criteria. You can come in here, find the endpoint, find the identity, grab a hold of those. You can look at the client ID, client secret with that, and then you basically insert that into your connection. So those are the four pieces. You authenticate, and then you would then be connected to your Marketo instance. Pretty straightforward. A few items about the Marketo Engage connection, which I think is really cool. One is the people integration. I will again put this link down below. I think this is super cool. So the idea around this, right, is you're connected to a CRM and then you're connected to your Marketo Engage platform. And let's say you qualify people in Marketo before you push them to your Salesforce. Pretty common practice. So you don't want to miss out on those additional engagements and data points and all of that. So when you actually create this integration, you are able to report on all of those people inside of your Marketo Engage instance inside of the Marketo Measure Discover tab. So all those people will actually be there for you to be able to report on as far as wanting to track campaign engagement, channel engagement, lead creation, just overall performance across different channels. You could do that there, uh, even though they're not inside your CRM. So it's a huge value add, I think, because again, you're investing money into qualifying leads. Those leads hopefully then turn into MQLs, then which then go to the CRM, but you may not see them right away. So when you're trying to report ROI and things of that sort, campaign effectiveness, you may not be able to identify those people right away. You can do that within Marketo Measure now because of that connection. A few call outs with this article, right? You still want to ensure that the solar is enabled. You'll just work with support in that sense. Another piece I thought was really great about this article, and I want to highlight so that everyone's aware of it, is because everyone gets pushed into the Marketo Measure instance, there's not an immediate filter for you to be able to segment those that are in your CRM and those that are inside of Marketo. So this segment is would be huge, right? Because then you could actually be able to show the discrepancy, show the difference between what's inside of Marketo, what's inside of CRM, see what that conversion rate even looks like over the year, identify those pieces. So I thought this was super helpful. It basically is written out here of how that would look, but really cool stuff. Again, it would most likely be on the lead because that's who you're qualifying. And then there's additional field mapping that you could identify here within this. So the FAQs are great as well. The main call out when I kind of work through this is the 2 years. So to all people, do you import all of my Marketo people? And Marketo Measure is not going to import everyone. There's a rolling 2 years there. So it is something that you want to be considerate of in that. So that's really it from that perspective. Call out real quickly. It's good to see what's been enabled inside the general Marketo. We'll have other videos that will go deeper into this, but if you do want to sync your Marketo programs, obviously you'll need to have that turned on. Wanting to sync people over from your Marketo instance, you do that as well. You can sync over your program costs for ROI calculations. And then you have your Marketo activity sync. So that would be like looking at maybe interesting moments that have occurred that aren't available via web activity. Again, we'll have a deeper dive on each of those sessions about how that functionality, where to update that. But this is the general overall sync and what it's offering you when you do that. So hopefully it's helpful. Please leave any comments down below, and I'll put these links in the message below. Thanks.